Taking 2 or 3 purposeful breaths all the way in and all the way out. Letting the body feel that you're right here, right now, in this space. Feeling each breath nurture, nourish, replenish. Welcoming your awareness, your body into this space in this moment. And sensing the air around you, any living beings that are near you, four-legged, two-legged, that are in your home or outside and nearby. Just having a sense of well-wishing to them, to our dear Sangha members with us, and to yourself. Coming back in your own time. So today's session is about the Brahmavihāras, which are the heart qualities that the Buddha taught us to cultivate, to grow in ourselves. And today we will emphasize metta, loving kindness. So the roadmap for today is that we will meditate together. We'll do a metta meditation. And then our own Kate Sims, a teacher here at CML, will lead mindful movement. We're so glad to have her doing that today. And then we'll have a short break, and I will share after that about metta and the Brahmavihāras. And we'll have time to discuss what it means in our everyday lives in smaller groups. So now let's practice. Closing the eyes if that feels right, or just looking downward softly. It's really important with the metta practice to allow yourself to be comfortable physically. So shift around, sway a little bit, stretch a little bit, giving the body comfort, making whatever adjustments you need. Just allowing the body, the being, to soften as much as you can. Taking a couple deep breaths. And feeling the spine expressing upward toward the sky. Creating space around the heart, the lungs, the internal organs. And breathing naturally. Just allowing awareness to fill the body. In that softness, the space, the gentleness of that awareness, wishing yourself well. This heart, this mind, this body, this stream of being. Wishing it well. Letting gently this awareness expand out to those in this class, to beings physically surrounding you, four-legged, two-legged, insects, plants, allowing that tenderness, that spaciousness to include them too. Just recognizing now that you are receiving the well wishes of everyone in this class. You're held by them. We're all receiving and giving the sustenance of well wishing. And very gently now, without making demands on yourself or on your experience, just opening even more, allowing, softening, wishing well. Being sensitive to the whole body, to the spreading in the space of awareness. Sensitive to the body's sensations, which are the body's awareness of itself. Soaking in the tone of it, the pleasantness, any comfort or lightness. Using that as a platform, appreciating that tone and pleasantness, comfort as metta. That the metta emanating from your heart, from the heart of everyone here. And if the body isn't comfortable, just allowing that. Imagining the discomfort in a sphere of space and well wishing. Turning attention to the life in the body and heart and mind, to whatever the mind is doing, preoccupations, planning, whatever it is, to any emotions in the heart. And as much as you are able, offering yourself warmth and friendliness and support saying these phrases or whatever feels natural. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. Letting the mind, the awareness, go to whatever responses arise from these words. And letting those responses be met with warmth and friendliness, receptivity. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. And for some minutes, offering these phrases to yourself silently or out loud if you wish. And pausing afterwards so you can feel your response. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. When the mind wanders, simply renewing the intention with calm, with sincerity, and returning to the practice. Sensing what it feels like to receive this comfort and care. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. And if it feels dry and like nothing's going on, just sticking with the practice and the phrases, because there's deep work going on inside. Over time, it can transform us. It's really beneficial. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. And at times it may feel like there's a part of you that you need to turn to. Maybe let go of metta for a moment and attend to it. And perhaps it's a mind movement or heart experience you don't like. You don't like to acknowledge it exists in me. Maybe you want it to go away, whether it's physical or emotional. Whatever it is, just turning toward it, allowing it to be here, holding it in space, acknowledging it's difficult. Giving yourself encouragement. Perhaps relaxing any part of the body that's tense, softening any judgment. There's generosity in simply turning to what's difficult and allowing it. Going back to the phrases when you're ready. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease and with kindness. Feeling in the body the tone of kindness, however subtle. Feeling warmth radiating from the heart. Feeling any other sensation from this warmth and comfort. The kinesthetic experience is integral. For many, you may have a visual image of metta working within. You may see a gold light or something else. Just allowing the practice to be your own, to work within. And now turning the heart and mind to a loved one. It can be a person or an animal, a being about whom your feelings are relatively uncomplicated. A simple affection. Calling them, their being, to your mind, heart, and body. Imagining they're here in this space with you. You're breathing the same air. You're looking into the face that you probably know so well. You're dwelling with them, filling your awareness with their vulnerability, with their energy, with their suchness. May you be safe and protected. May you be peaceful. May you live with ease and with kindness. May you be safe and protected. May you be peaceful. May you live with ease and with kindness. May you be safe and protected. May you be peaceful. May you live with ease and with kindness. Repeating this to yourself. Feeling the dynamism, the energy of metta in the body, the heart and mind, allowing it to get large, to pervade the whole body, even outside the body. May you be safe and protected. May you be peaceful. May you live with ease and with kindness. And expanding your awareness to all those around you in this meeting and around you physically. Extending it unconditionally. May we be safe and protected. May we be peaceful. May we live with ease and with kindness. May we be safe and protected. May we be peaceful. May we live with ease and with kindness. Sensing the goodness at the heart of your practice, at the heart of your intention, not in a self-congratulatory way, but in the sense that it emanates from our hearts, simply because we're human. It's our birthright. Expanding the well-wishing to all sentient beings across the planet without exception. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings live with ease and with kindness. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings live with ease and with kindness. Intending that the energy of metta take root in your heart and be carried outward to everyone you meet, into the flowing life within. Okay. Now we get to be led by Kate Sims in mindful movement.
Thanks, Catherine. Thank you for that beautiful guidance and kind of in keeping with the theme of metta, we'll start by just maybe placing hands over the heart and feeling the sense of what we've cultivated in the heart and feeling the warmth of the hands over the heart, feeling the heart beat. You can keep your eyes closed or open for this, but just starting to sense into the body, noticing that actual physical sensation of the heart beating underneath the hands and the warmth of the hands on the body. And then start to breathe a little deeper, sit up a little taller, and then start to move the body a little bit. And you can open the eyes and interlace your hands and just press your hands forward. And then reach the arms up above the head. And if this interlace of the hands doesn't feel good on the hands, you can let it go. But if that stretch feels good, we're going to take it over to the side, either side, and just feel a nice easy side stretch. And you can do this standing or sitting. So if you wanted to stand up, you can. We'll stand in a moment too. Come back through the center and stretch over to the other side. Feel a nice big stretch. And then come back to the middle and reach up. And then tilt the chin up and jut the chin up, up, up. So you feel a stretch on the front of the neck here. And breathe and reach up. And then let the arms swim down and out and feel a big stretch across the front of the chest. And then reach the arms up again. Look up, stretch up, and then swim the arms down and out. Beautiful. And you can stay seated. I'm going to stand for this, move my chair out of the way so we can either seated or standing. We're going to do another big side stretch. So reach the either arm up. You can follow me or do just either arm. Arm goes up, opposite arm goes down the side leg, and find a big stretch. So you want the feet about a little wider than hip distance. And just go as far as feels nice on the side of the body. And you're pressing the feet into the ground, and the knees can stay a little bent here for a nice stable base. Feeling a nice side stretch here. Take a breath in and then swing the arm down. Find a big stretch and let the chin come down and Swim the other arm over to the side, stretch the other side. So now opposite hand is down, opposite arm is up over the side. Breathing here. And then we'll go back. So arm comes down, tilt the chin down. Other arm comes up and over, reach up and over. Breathe into it. And then we'll do that one more time. Swim the arm down, other arm reaches up and over, big side stretch. Breathing, breathing. And swim the arm down and then come up through the center. And then we're going to interlace the hands behind the head. And we're going to find a little neck stretch back. So interlacing the hands, the elbows are going to come forward. You're just going to let your head fall back into your hands. So just going as far back as feels good on the neck, giving the head a good break here. And then use the hands to pull back up on the head, let the head fall back. Pull the elbows up to the ceiling and then let the head fall back. And you can even find a little back bend here if that feels okay on the head. And then slowly come back through center. And come back to the center. We're going to do a little bit of kind of gentle twisting side to side. This nice easy qigong move. And you can also do this seated. So you're going to let the arms wide fall out to the sides, and then let your hands gently tap the sides of the body. And you can make this move a little bigger. You can let your heels come off the ground as you twist to the side. Only go as fast as the body allows. Look over the shoulder maybe as you do this. You can make this a little bit bigger, kind of give a little bigger tap on the sides of the body as you go side to side. You're breathing as you move. Do this for a few more cycles side to side. If you started going faster, you're going to slow this down. Let the arms start to slow down. Let this movement become a little bit slower side to side until you finally come to stillness with arms hanging by the sides. And then once you're here, let the eyes settle closed, arms settle by the sides, and feel this just gentle buzzing through the body. And then start to feel the fingers move and hips sway side to side. And then start to shake out one leg and shake out the other leg, shake out the wrists, circle the ankles, circle the wrists. Let this movement start to move into shaking the arms, the legs, and just let this be like a silly shaking the whole body. Shake, 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 shake. And let it shake, arms up, shake this side, shake that side. If there's somebody nearby, make them shake with you. Great. And that's it. We did our mindful movement. Please bow. Thank you.
All right. So, first, in our exploration of metta and the other heart practices, I'm going to put it in context. And this is borrowing from the wonderful teacher Rob Burbia, who's a UK teacher at Gaia House. Actually, he passed away at a fairly young age. So remember that the Buddha looked around and saw a lot of suffering, discontent, dissatisfaction, emotional, mental suffering, conflict and aggression, and greed, to name a few, that brought suffering. And he said, it's actually possible to radically transform our entire existence by really looking deeply at suffering, at our dis-ease, our unease, at our discontent, just really penetrating suffering. And he taught that suffering comes from a fundamental delusion that we see ourselves as separate, a separate, unchanging self. We're in here and other people are out there. I'm here, you others, you're separate and you're out there. And this profound misunderstanding imprisons us. We organize our lives and our choices, our aspirations as we move through life, all based on this seeming reality. And it makes us in the world to get for ourselves. It spins off endless suffering and repeated cycles of delusion and more suffering and delusion and more suffering. And he said it's possible to wake up and to really see reality and be radically free in our hearts and minds. And of course, he set out a path to do that. And it's the Eightfold Path, and which involves meditation, clear seeing, ethics, and heart qualities. And he taught that waking up, this is really important, waking up isn't a matter of luck or the personality or the emotionality we were born with. No, it involves skills that we can cultivate. The path can be chosen and can be deliberately walked. And so in Theravadan Buddhism, which we practice, there are two paths. It's conventionally seen as two paths. One is insight. We practice insight meditation. So we can see the delusion that we operate under, and we can really pierce in beyond the delusion to the clear nature of things. We can see everything's impermanent, all things change and pass. We can see dukkha, which in the Buddha's language means suffering, discontent, unsatisfactoriness. And that's caused by clinging to what we like and pushing away what we don't like. And we can see that there's no solid, unchanging self because we're really like a river. And so are our lives. It's constantly changing and fluid. And clinging and pushing away, all three marks of existence are interrelated. The suffering comes when we cling to things the way that we like them to be, and we don't really understand or accept that we are changing, the world is changing in every moment, and other people are changing. And so when we wake up to this, we wake up beyond this delusion, a radical love emerges. Interbeing is revealed. And we've talked about this a lot in other classes. Thich Nhat Hanh emphasized interbeing. He said, in a flower, the sun exists, the water that nourished it, the land that nourished it, all exists in this flower. And we exist in each other. So insight is the first path. And the second part of the path is the heart practices, the Brahmavihāras, meaning divine abodes. Metta is considered the first heart practice, which means loving kindness. And the other three are compassion, sympathetic joy, being happy for others without attachment. And the fourth is equanimity, which is a virtue developed by meditation and mindfulness. And it's a profound quality of strength of mind and evenness and balance of mind that's undisturbed by emotional upheavals, by fortunes and failures. And these four qualities are those of an expansive, open heart. And they encompass other qualities that you can think of, such as generosity, patience, diligence or commitment to the good, to happiness, calm, wisdom. Those are all heart qualities encompassed by the four main ones. And today we're doing a deep dive into metta. And with all of the heart practices, we're building and nourishing these beautiful qualities that can help us in the flux and flow of our being in our lives. They help us live with impermanence and live with dukkha. So it's not like when we nurture metta, it's not like we're putting an addition, building a room onto a solid piece of construction, which is us. No, because we're flowing, we're ever fluid. And as we move through time and change over time, these qualities flow with us. And they need to be practiced and cultivated throughout our lives. They can be cultivated like any skill, like playing the harmonica. And they really are our birthright as humans. They don't come from the separate solid self. Instead, they're in our heart, they're innate to each of us. And we all have the potential to have them grow and be more obvious and powerful in our lives. And we've all experienced them at times. We've had moments of pure love, of pure selfishness, selflessness, of balance. And rather than just accepting their sort of random gifts that we get, we can cultivate them. And it's interesting because in the West, we view the heart qualities as sort of secondary on the path. They're like a side dish. You know, like insight is the main course. Insight, mindfulness, meditation. Like, yes, I'll have insight meditation, please, with a side dish of metta. or a side dish of sympathetic joy. You know, it's thought that insight and concentration meditation are sort of the big leagues, and the Brahmavihāras just are something to make ourselves feel better. But that's really a misperception because the heart practices are fundamental. They guide us to insight about interbeing, and they help us experience interbeing. They heal the divide between self and other. And abiding in them, we abide in the space of interbeing, which is the reality. So metta and the other heart practices fall into both wings. They're practices that bring insight into reality, and they cultivate the heart. So briefly, what metta is, it's wishing ourselves well, wishing others well, wellness in body and mind and spirit. It's a profound friendliness. And there are two qualities that differentiate it from what we usually mean when we talk about love. First is the boundlessness. There are no boundaries, no limits, no exclusions. And that's different from our human experience of love. Generally, what we feel for loved ones and friends does have limits. We bump up against boundaries. Hopefully, we care a lot. We care about ourselves, although that can be difficult. And we care for those immediately around us, our friends, our family, our partners. But all that is bounded, is limited by circumstances to some extent, by conditioning to a large extent, perhaps by lack of imagination or by the tyranny of the thinking cognitive mind versus the heart. And love of other beings who we don't know is also circumscribed. So loving kindness has a boundlessness and immeasurability. And our everyday life, the love we feel is not really as infinite. And another quality of metta that differentiates it is it's unconditional. Usually there are conditions to our care. When we look at our relationships, there is kind of an underlying conditionality. I love you as long as you're kind. Or I'll love you if you can stop doing that. Or I'll love you from afar, but I can't be in a relationship. And especially with ourselves, we condition it. I don't really love myself because I'm too, or I hate myself when I do that, or when I feel that, or when I get like that. Just fill in the blank. And I wonder if it would be more natural for us to love ourselves if we stop blaming ourselves for what the mind does. If we can understand the mind as a product of conditioning or biology or evolution, it is not us. Anyway, the conditionality and the limits That's all very natural because there is some element of attachment, of self-interest in our relationships with those we love. And we can't sort of expect anything else. We can aspire, but we are humans and we can inquire about how we love and the conditions we put on love. We can ask ourselves without judging ourselves. And the wonderful thing about the heart practices is it accepts we're human, and or we accept we're human, and we aspire to nurture metta in our relationships, in ourselves. It's an ideal. It points our heart in a direction, in the direction of loving beings that we don't know and have never heard of, as much as a family member or a friend or even a child. That's an aspiration. And so metta and the Brahmavihāras are ideals of the heart. And they get to the core of the Buddha's message about suffering and freedom. And let's look at metta. It actually addresses the Buddha's sort of core teaching that suffering is caused by clinging to what we like and pushing away what we don't like. Fear is intertwined with clinging and aversion. We're afraid to lose what we have and what we like. And we're afraid to experience pain and what's unpleasant. And of course, our lives are full of things to fear, from traffic, hot weather, to death of a loved one or our own death. And those are easy to spot things. And there's the more subtle, habitual suffering that we aren't aware of usually, except when we meditate or are mindful and we see what goes on inside. The stream of habit and reaction, just low-level suffering that involves a closeness or constriction of the heart, of not truly being open to the present moment. Christina Feldman, another teacher from Gaia House, says that metta and the Brahmavihāras address the essence of being an aware human being who is very fearful. And I don't know about you, but I fall in that category. I'm very fearful, and mindfulness helps me realize it. And the practice of metta helps us embrace that, embrace our vulnerability and our suffering. There are qualities that really care for our vulnerability. And so much of our lives is spent trying to ignore our vulnerability within ourselves and with others. So the heart practices help us be conscious of our vulnerability and to care for ourselves. So let's do an exercise. sitting with the eyes closed or just looking downward. Taking a couple deep breaths, really feeling the air going in and expanding the chest, and feeling the tension release on the exhale. Doing this for 2 or 3 rounds of breathing. And calling to mind and to heart some difficulty in your life, not its details. We're not analyzing the issue itself, just calling up something that causes a lower level of pain. We're practicing, so we're working with something that's not traumatic. So just picturing placing yourself in the middle of this right now, either in a real life situation that happened or being in your life and having this sort of arrest you, challenge your heart and mind the way that it does. Being in the heart and body right now, facing this issue. And allowing the body to be with whatever sensations arise. Just for now. Abiding whatever's coming up. And saying to yourself, may I be with this. It's hard. May I be with this. This aversion, this judgment, this tangle, whatever it is, may I gently and softly be with this. Make space for this. May I allow this with kindness. And sensing or imagining the difficult feelings held in a spacious container of compassion. Breathing into this space. And imagining that you're like a loyal friend, placing your hand, resting your hand on your own shoulder, just sensing yourself as a friend, a supporter, holding space for this. Absorbing this sense of being befriended. And sensing an upwelling of goodwill, of metta. Sensing that you didn't make this upwelling. You're feeling it, you're acknowledging it. It's not from you as a separate self. It sort of just is, as a part of being human. And so we want to nourish these qualities, these skills. And we start with ourselves. And when we're really nourished spiritually, the care and well wishing just sort of organically moves outwards to our fellows. A radical love emerges.